everybody, and welcome to another edition of Talented Television. I hope you missed me. Look who I have in the studio today, Mr. Aaron Phillips. This man, I'm just gonna call him the voice of Las Vegas, right? If you hear this golden voice and this tone, well, just stay tuned. You're gonna learn a lot about Mr. Aaron Phillips.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be on your show. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. You're a busy guy, so.
I am, and I have no idea what day or time this is right now. My wife just said you need to be here by this time. I said, okay.
Exactly.
So here I am.
Here you are.
Here I am.
I love it. So you do a lot of things around Las Vegas, right?
Do, yes.
You're part of a network. What's the name of the network that you're a part of currently?
Well, it's a new developing network called Vegas the Network.
Okay.
And it's a network that's based here in Vegas, and all the shows that are being developed are all Vegas-based. For instance, I just filmed the pilot for a sports show today.
Okay.
I have another filming on Friday for a different show. We have catering, food shows, fashion, all that sort of stuff, because the network is designed to really bolster Las Vegas and get more out there to the world about what we have to offer.
Gotcha.
But that's just one of the things that I do.
Okay.
I've been at this business for 13 years in this industry. I host a podcast. I'm the voice of a wrestling organization, Big Valley Wrestling, here in town. I just hosted a beauty pageant this past weekend. I train, I motivate, writing a book. So it's probably a shorter list of where you can't find me than where you can find me. So
exactly.
But I enjoy it. I enjoy helping to spread the message, and like my motto says, let my voice speak for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say speak to you, or let my Hall of Fame voice speak to you, because last June, a year ago, I was voted and installed into the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame for all my years on radio here in town. So I'm a Hall of Famer. That, folks, and $5 still gets me coffee at Starbucks. So.
That is wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So let's talk about a couple of those things that you're doing.
Okay.
So first, I think I want to talk about the podcast.
Okay.
Twin brothers from
Different mothers. Yeah. My co-host is Neal Portnoy.
Okay.
He has a gallery here in town called Portnoy Galleries. Originally from the Boston area. World-renowned illustrator, over 46 years of experience. He's been recognized by many people. He's done sports figures, Hall of Fame booklets and things like that.
Now, wait a minute. I met you a while back.
Yes. We have history. That is correct.
We have history.
Good history. Good history.
Yes.
Let's clarify that.
Now, there was a guy you had draw me one time, like a caricature of me, right? Was that you?
Let's see, at the time when you and I were in our previous life, he and I were not doing that podcast, so it may not have been me that did that for you.
Okay. I thought it was you, Phil.
He does.
Aaron.
That's okay. My dearest friends take my last name and just chop it up. It's okay.
Yes.
So Neal is a illustrator. He's a portrait illustrator. He doesn't do he can do just those quick characters.
Okay.
But really the best thing to do, and I'll give him a plug here, just go to portnoygalleries.com. He works from pictures, and everything he does is a magic marker.
Wow.
No paint, no chalk, no nothing. But anyway, so he and I, he's moved out. He moved out about 3 years ago, and I do some work for him. I do some marketing and PR. We met through networking. And everybody, when he and I were in public, people kept getting us mixed up because he is a little older than me. Sorry, Neal. And because we're both bald and have the goatee and glasses.
And the good looks.
Thank you. And it works that people were asking us all the time, are you guys brothers?
Right.
So back in like October of last year, we were sitting in his gallery and we were sitting in the front entranceway just about 2 hours just talking about stuff, life, sports, just, two guys hanging out.
Yeah.
And we had just started talking about this podcast idea. And we got done chatting. I had to leave, and we both looked at each other and said, if the cameras were rolling, that would have been our first episode.
Wow.
So the description that we launched the first Saturday in November of last year.
Okay.
We are live every Saturday at noontime on Facebook. And then, of course, I upload podcasts to YouTube and then audio files to your standards, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and KLAB, which is part of an online network called Live 365, airs our show twice a day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m.
Nice.
How I keep all that straight, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
But so we're on Facebook Live. And so the description is, Twin Brothers from Different Mothers is a show, two guys who just happen to look a lot alike, who share their thoughts and opinions about things, not only in Las Vegas, but around the world. But there are two topics we don't talk about. And I've been on radio a long time prior to me mentioning it here. I've never talked about politics and religion, and I never will in an open forum. That's not what I want to do. We provide entertainment, information, infotainment. We present the movers and shakers of Las Vegas, entertainers, business people, you name it. But our show is designed to be fun and really to keep Las Vegas in a spotlight that people want to say, I didn't know that about Las Vegas.
I love it.
And that's what makes it fun.
Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to the next edition of Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. I am Phillips, and sitting alongside of me is nationally recognized illustrator, Mr. Neal Portnoy. How are you, sir?
I'm good. This is number 11, huh?
This is number 11 to the best of my counting ability.
The amazing thing is today is my 11th anniversary.
Oh, it's like the time, 11-11.
To the same woman.
To the same woman?
Yeah.
Are you the same person you were when you got married 11 years ago?
No, I'm much better. Thank you, dear.
That
was not to you, by the way.
No. I get that. I get that.
And we love live audiences. So if you're ever down on a Saturday, you got to come to our podcast and be part of it.
I will.
I'll throw you on the show too.
Awesome.
Because I'm that kind of guy.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So you talked about doing a pageant recently.
Yes.
How was that?
It was a blast. It was the Mrs. Mr. Fabulous Las Vegas pageant. It's their second year. Last year I was actually asked to be a judge.
Nice.
And I guess I messed enough things up being a judge that they said, just go on the stage and be a host. But no, this year I hosted it with Christine Stokes, who was the daughter of the founder, Ellen Stokes. And this is, when we say pageant, people think of the beauty pageants. It's all about the beauty. It is, but they use the word fabulous for a reason. Because inside of all of us, we have something fabulous that we have to and want to bring out.
Absolutely.
And the form for this pageant is such that it allows people to show they're fabulous. So yes, we had evening gowns, and we had men for the first time this year, not in evening gowns, by the way, but registered now. No, they were not in evening gowns. And we had applicants as young as 8 years old.
Wow.
All the way up to I think they were called elites, 70 plus.
Yeah.
So we had about 30 contestants, and it was a blast. It was up at Emeralds at Queens Ridge, up off of Charleston and Rampart up there. It was a blast. We had entertainment, and I had a blast. The judges were great. A couple of them were my foils. Sorry, Ted Florendo. But it's a blast because you see these ladies for the first time, and really the guys too. I shouldn't just say that, the contestants. For many of them, it's the first time that they've really put themselves out there.
Yeah.
Some of them have been in pageants like forever. Some of them, this is the first time, and I applaud each and every one of them, whether they actually got a crown on their head or not. They were all fabulous, and I don't mean to use it as a cliche word.
Right.
But they went out there. They got outside their comfort zone. They got a platform and a passion for. Look, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Sweet.
Getting these people out there. So as part of the committee, hopefully for next year, we'll be back doing it again next year. So it's a
maybe
blast.
Next year you won't be part of the committee, but you'll be in.
No, I'm behind the microphone. I'm not. Listen, let me tell you.
You're fabulous, though.
I am. Thank you. I am. Listen to me. I don't pat myself. I don't pat myself on the back often. But I host fundraisers for Miss Wheelchair Nevada.
Oh, wow.
Which is another organization in town that I support as well. Again, as it says, these are women that are confined to wheelchair, whether it's because of genetics or, God forbid, accidents and things like that.
Right.
But you know what? They're just as beautiful as the next one.
Absolutely.
So I'm very honored to be part of that organization as well.
That's great.
So-
You're doing some good things.
Thank you.
So you have an ebook
I do.
that I read.
Oh, did you read it?
I
You were
did
the one,
read
huh?
it.
You were the
yes. I'm one of many.
Thank you. Yes.
So, reading your book,
Yes.
you were talking about how to hone your personality.
Hone your magnetic personality in 5 minutes or less.
5 minutes or less.
Correct.
So there was a portion in there that I was reading, and it was talking about walking into a room,
Right.
and feeling like people are already like old friends. I think that's going to help me on my journey. So I just wanted to tell you thank you, because
welcome.
I've been singing a long time.
Yes, you have.
I've been
and I've heard you
performing.
sing. Yep.
Thank
and
you.
you're great. You're
Thank
great.
you.
Got a fine turn listener when she sings, folks.
Oh, thanks so much. Look, I'm bashful. That's part of the problem. I'm trying to take care of my magnetic personality. But walking into a room, I'm going to use that from now on, you know, because sometimes you get up on stage, and even though you have talent and you've been doing it forever, I think everyone has their own set of butterflies.
Absolutely. I still, for me, even with 13 years experience, if I don't get those little bit, even doing this with you, if I don't get those little butterflies, then I know it's time for me to stop. Everything that we do, that we have the passion for, if you don't have some sort of excitement and some sort of body reaction, nervous or excited, whatever it is, then you're finished.
Right.
So when I go live on my podcast, or hosting the beauty pageant, or training, or coming to you, it's just like, okay, I'm excited because I'm putting myself out there. The purpose I wrote that segment that you talked about is because, again, people are nervous about the thought. People are more scared about talking to other people in a group setting than they are dying in a car accident. And all it is about self-esteem, strength, and knowing that you are as good as you can be, and dare I say, being fabulous out there. And here's the thing that I tell guests that come on my podcast. I put you in the light of being the expert. You know your material. You can't say anything that will be totally absurdly wrong. We wouldn't know it even if you did. So because
it's our material.
Exactly. You're the expert. So in the same field, you know, your magnetic personality is what's going to draw people to you and you to them. Just feel confident, because when you wake up every morning, I don't think this is a tip to everybody watching. I don't care what you do for a living, and it took a long time for my wife to learn this lesson. People say I'm not a salesperson. You know, I'm not a salesperson. I can't do this. I can't sell it. Okay, let me tell you something, folks. You are a salesperson each and every day, because the biggest commodity you have to sell is that face that looks back at you every morning when you're brushing your teeth and doing your hair. This right here, you are a salesperson every minute of every day that you meet. And if you're not comfortable with your product to sell, that personality will stay bottled up forever. And that's where all that came from. So.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff, especially being in an industry like this, because entertainers range in all shapes, sizes, looks, everything is out there. And you do have to be confident in who you are, right?
I'll share a quick story with you. This past week, I was on vacation in Lake Havasu.
Nice.
So we were on this ferry that takes you from the Arizona side to California and back. So we were with friends, and I was sitting with my friend. We were celebrating his birthday while we were down there, and my wife took a picture of us. Behind us, however, was a lady and two younger adults. She decided to photobomb us. Which was fine. So I saw it out of the corner of my eye the first time. My wife took another couple of pictures, and then I saw her leaning in for another time. So behind the back of my friend, I went like this, and of course I told her what I thought of her being number one in my heart. So then I said, I'm going to fix her. Now, if you're not comfortable with who you are or what you do, doing what I'm about to tell you is very difficult. So I turned to my wife and I said, put your phone on camera and just follow me. So I got up from where I was sitting, I walked around my seat, and I sat myself down right next to this lady. Didn't know her. I said, you want to photobomb my picture? I said, let's get one together right now. And so I just hugged her right in. And I said, now we can do a picture. And if you're not comfortable with what you do and being open in front, now I realize in some circles, that could get some people in trouble if you don't do it the right way. So don't try this at home. I am a professional. But you have to feel comfortable in your skin, using those phraseologies. People are comfortable in their skin, but don't have the desire maybe to do what you and I do that step further. But as long as you're comfortable with who you are, when you walk in that room, the room should light up because of your confidence of who you are and what you're all about.
Absolutely.
And that's why I believe in that wholeheartedly. So,
that's great.
It was a long-winded answer, but I hope that's okay.
No, it was good, but it was a good answer.
Now, 354 pounds, 130 pounds ago for me,
wow.
I still had some of that, but a lot of that openness was sort of difficult because I wasn't comfortable being as heavy as I was. I know we'll get to that. But now being where I am now, that comfortable level is just exponential.
Soaring.
Absolutely.
And you should be.
Thank you.
You should be. So there, let's go there actually.
Okay, sure.
First of all, we'll go to the fitness because you do a lot of things. Like I said, motivational speaker, DJ, you've hosted.
Yep.
And you fell into all of this by accident. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about your fitness because I met you way back when.
Way back in the day,
right?
2016, I think it was. 2015,
and you came
16.
in looking like Tom Cruise today. I'm just saying. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your journey a little bit and what it has done for you and for your career and how you're now motivating others through fitness.
Thank you for the opportunity because I want this. I'm developing a platform to share this. I'm writing another book with a ghostwriter to share my radio history, but more importantly, to share my health journey.
Right.
When you and I first met 5-6 years ago, my peak weight was 354 pounds.
Oh.
And so as the time developed, I had a cellulitis attack in 2013, which landed me in the hospital for 17 days and officially brought me into the world of type 2 diabetes. Now, there was diabetes 4 generations deep in my family. I kind of expected it at some point, even though I was tested over the course of my lifetime. The glucose test, the blood test, and all of that. The cellulitis attack brought it forth finally, and I had started living with diabetes. Well, roll forward, I'm trying to cut through some of the stuff.
Yeah.
So a couple of years later, as I was working with my endocrinologist, which is the diabetes doctor, we did a blood test, and he saw something a little wonky in my liver numbers. Sent me to a liver specialist, did a liver biopsy. Finally got the results. I had stage 2 non-alcoholic, and I'm going to stress that because I'm not a drinker, wasn't a drinker before.
Right.
But my liver, because of all the years I had diabetes that went undetected, looked like I was an alcoholic because of how it deteriorated. Stage 2 is basically 45% of your liver being dead.
Wow.
And thank goodness livers, though, regenerate. So the doctor looked at me square in the eye and he said, Mr. Phillips, he said, you got 3 choices. Number 1, you can join my trial in California where I'm developing medication to work on fatty liver disease.
Okay.
You'd have to come to LA 3 out of 4 Fridays, weekends a month, and be part of the group. Step 2, you need to lose weight, you need to lose it fast. So you have the gastric sleeve, bypass, and band. Or, quite frankly, he said number 3, you can sit around and do nothing, wait for a liver transplant, and good luck.
Wow.
So I looked at him and I said, number 1, I can't do because I just started the job where you and I met. And I said, I don't think my employer would be happy if I take, 3 weekends off a month for that. So that was out of question.
Yeah.
Option 3, sitting around and doing nothing. I said, well, my family would probably sooner take me out behind the woodshed and put a bullet in my head than have me sit around and do nothing, right?
Yeah.
So we focused in on number 2. I went to his seminar in January and I learned the differences between the 3 procedures of band, sleeve, and bypass. Bypass was like 30 years ago method where they cut you open and move stuff around. The band is like an O-ring that's put like right about here, controlled by saline. The tighter it is, the less food that goes down.
Okay.
You can take saline out like I saw people do where they were getting ready to go on vacation and they wanted to eat. So they asked the doctor at a pop of $150 to take saline out. And I said, that kind of defeated the purpose.
Yeah.
So the new wave is the gastric sleeve. And basically through arthroscopic procedure, they cut your stomach down. So basically I have a stomach right now the size of a banana.
Wow.
Because of that, obviously my eating habits, and it's a true lifestyle change, and maybe we'll do another show specific on that someday. But I went in, the insurance company, you have a 6-month protocol where you have to go to monthly meetings and meet with the nutritionist and understand the lifestyle change before the insurance company is willing to even spend $1 once you're approved.
Yeah, because you have to be prepared for that
Absolutely.
mentally. That's a big difference.
And I'm glad you said that because this is all about a paradigm shift, and I'm very big on paradigm shifts right now because of things I'm learning outside of this. Our conscious mind is what feeds our subconscious, and that's what we act on as the subconscious and what it believes. So we're growing up, oh, we need all this food on this plate. We need this. We need to eat 12 times a day, etc. Well, through this method, before the surgery, we really didn't do anything different other than taking the methods we were taught, which one of them I will share when you're ready for the teaching lesson.
Okay.
And learn about portion control. And although we didn't exercise a whole lot, because those who have diabetes, when your blood sugar goes up and down, which you saw me experience at that job,
I did.
It beats your body up.
Yeah.
And when I would go home, the last thing I'd think about was putting my sneakers on just to go for a walk. Hun, what's for dinner? We eat. I'd sit down on the couch. That was it.
That was it.
So all of this is part of the protocol. So when I started the protocol, I was at 339. At my highest, at 354, my suit size was a 58 long,
Wow.
54 waist, and I had a shirt neck of about 22.
Wow.
Had the surgery August 9th of 2017. I started the protocol in January at 339. Day of surgery, I was at 313 because part of the mandate is you have to lose a certain percentage of your starting weight to show, like you said, the
You're
insurance
committed.
company that you're committed. So I was 313. That day, the day before, I saw my diabetic doctor. Right before surgery, he took me off all my medications because he knew I wouldn't need it.
Yeah.
And I was on the low end. I was metformin, I was pills. I did not need the insulin end. 2 days later, I was off my high blood pressure.
Wow.
Everything changed. Within 60 days, I was down almost 50 pounds. By the time I would have come back to work when I was supposed to, I was already down almost 45 to 50 pounds in about 6 to 7 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
So it's been a blessing. And because of that, and now I'm going to transition, now I'm 215 pounds.
Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
I bought a suit off the rack at a 44 long for the suit that I wore at the pageant.
Yeah.
With a 34, 36 waist.
Oh my goodness.
And the clothes I have on right now come from Old Navy. In the past, I'd have to walk by that store because they didn't carry it till the Hun size.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
You're so funny.
So now I do CrossFit 3 times a week is my major exercise because I
love
wanted
it.
something different. I found a couple of things that I had lost over the years, and that's a little structure, if I can be so bold, and my thighs. Now, my wife, God bless her, we did it together.
Nice.
She had the surgery 12 days after I did. She started at 266, and she's down now to about 132, 133. Size 28 now down to a size 8.
Congratulations
And
to
put
you
on her
both.
first bikini for the first time ever.
Ooh,
So-
brand new bodies.
I have to admit, I have a Speedo in my drawer,
Oh my.
which I broke out in Lake Havasu for about an hour before my daughter showed up, and I had to go put it away.
You put it in back, right?
Absolutely. But anyway, but here's what it did for me in terms of just physical confidence. I could never jump rope. Never did, never really wanted to try for fear of hurting myself.
Okay.
CrossFit, you lose weight. P.S., make a long story short, I can now jump rope. Single unders. I can't do double unders without whipping the daylights out of my shins right now, but I can jump rope.
Good for you.
I used to hate the rope climbs. Remember those rope climbs in school? I can do a couple of rope climbs now because my body now is so different. I'm willing to test it. So what it's done is it's just changed my outlook and that paradigm shift and truly a lifestyle change. I don't ever, I want to be careful with my wording so I don't put the wrong message out there. I will never go back to that previous lifestyle. Now, that being said, do I crave a chicken parm sandwich with French fries, a Diet Coke, and a cheesecake slice with chocolate syrup all over it? Heck yeah. But with the way I eat now, I'm not going to spend $20 on a meal, take 2 bites and throw it out because that's what happens. My wife and I now are cheap dates, Kim.
Oh yeah.
Because now we go out, we order one meal, we split it with the to-go box.
There you
My
go.
refrigerator's styrofoam city right now because of all the stuff we bring home.
Groceries are very cheap, huh?
Ooh, baby, but it's been a godsend, and thank you for letting me share that because that is going to be part of my book. I do make my story public on Facebook. You can find me as Aaron Phillips on Facebook, and we are members of some of the gastric groups. So I want to put this out there. If you need support, if you have questions, you don't know who to ask, please, I beg you, reach out to me, Aaron Phillips. I will be more than happy to meet with you. Matter of fact, the friends we went on vacation with, my wife and I, through the ability to talk with them, met last year. We're now best friends. We talked him through his surgery. We're here to support. I don't preach about it unless somebody asks.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to know how I did it, want to know more, yeah, I'll sit down and share with you. But, you know, you have to want it. You have to have the desire to want to make that commitment to change.
That's absolutely amazing.
My shoes are big. My hats are all big. You know, I'm a hat guy.
Yeah.
All those large, extra large fitted hats, I'm down to mediums and larges. I can't wear them.
Wow.
But it's great.
Got to put him up on Facebook now.
No,
wait. He's a big sports fan.
Anyway, but thank you for asking. Thank you for letting me share that with the health.
Absolutely.
And I'm a big advocate for it. I want to start a foundation, hopefully real soon, with my wife to support those who want to get healthy via a gastric procedure, but insurance companies don't always pay for it.
Okay.
And then when you do have it, you always have the loose skin problem.
Yeah.
The problem with that is the insurance companies think it's a cosmetic procedure. And I've read research where that loose skin can actually do more damage to the body than when it is in its heaviest state.
Wow.
So because insurance companies don't cover it, a lot of people can't get the surgery. And I want to have funding available for those who need the help and support. I'm going to have doctors. I want to do education and speak about it more.
I love it.
Eventually there's going to be, you'll hear very soon about a nonprofit foundation to support gastric procedures. So
I think that's excellent. And thank you and your wife for what you're doing.
Amen.
It's definitely needed.
Thank you.
I do know, people that have been through the process. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
It is definitely worth it. You know, you think that you're not going to get out of after the procedure, you're hurting, everything hurts within 24 hours. But yeah, it's worth it though. As long as the doc told me at the 1-year appointment, the only way you're going to be successful is you have to stick to the protocol. The statistic is within the first 3 years of someone who had a procedure will generally gain back about 15% of whatever their lowest body weight was. The stomach is a muscle.
Yes, it is.
It doesn't take much for it to expand again.
Yeah.
Now my body's conditioned, because I'm passionate about it. And anybody who needs support, has questions, please reach out. If you can't find me on Facebook, hook up with Kim and she'll forward information to me. So
I sure will.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me share that.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you again. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is inspiring people.
Yes.
And I read in your ebook, you never gave up on your dreams, right?
No.
So I have a friend recently who posted something on social media, and basically they have a gift that they've been doing for many years, although they're very young.
Okay.
But at this time, they feel like it's time to give up. I haven't hit, what I thought I would hit,
right.
And how do you inspire someone? How would you tell her, don't give up, keep going, keep pushing until you get there,
Can I ask what her age range is so you don't have to?
Yes, I would say she's under 25.
Okay, so she got a long life ahead of her.
She has a long life.
Can you tell me her name? Because I'll direct the message right to her if you want.
She might want to keep it private.
Okay, that's fine. So Jane Doe, whoever you are.
Yes.
Okay, I am 55, and 13 years ago, a door was opened for me to progress into this industry that I dreamt about being 12, 13 years old. And do I face those days like your friend does, where you kind of say, all right, it's enough already. I should be here. I should be there by now. And there are days I question myself saying, am I really as good as people tell me that I am, or that I think I am? My comment is this. If you believe in your skill and if you believe in what you do, each and every day, that motivation to be successful for yourself first, not for anybody else, but for you first, is what has to get you out of bed to keep driving. Maybe you're just not reaching the right people. Maybe you're not in the right circles for the right influencers to come to your, and this goes back to the paradigm shift of what I mentioned before. What we think on the conscious level, when we're not aware of it, when we're sleeping, seeps into the subconscious level, and that's the energy that goes out into the world. So if your friend is thinking, well, I can't do this, maybe it's time to quit, that's what the conscious mind is telling the subconscious. And the subconscious mind, when she wakes up the next day, is saying, okay, what are we going to look for that's going to continue the message that says she can't do this? Instead of vice versa, saying, I am good at what I do, okay, I'm mid-20s, I should be here, I should be there, but you're not. The right opportunity may have passed you by because you weren't awake to see the message.
Wow.
Because she was closed off for all the negative side, that the positive opportunities may have rode right by her, like that train at the train station.
Yeah.
So my suggestion is this. You've got to change your thought process. Be motivated to know that your time hasn't come. You have plenty of years and days ahead of you. If you believe in what you're doing, you've got to stay on the road to success. Open your mind so that you see the messages and the people that will come to you that will help you succeed.
Yes, indeed. That message applies to you
And anybody.
you and you, right? So, Aaron Phillips.
Yes.
Let the people know where they can find you on Facebook, and you could probably find him everywhere. He's wise, so he's using these tools that are out there.
Aaron Phillips, you'll find on Facebook in a couple of pages. My personal page, public figure page, says Aaron Phillips The Voice, which is my nickname. Aaron Phillips Brand is all Facebook. My podcast is Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, which you'll see that page as well. Of course, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on the side of milk cartons, I'm on billboards, wherever.
Everywhere.
But social media, I'm out there, and I'm not hard to find. So
he's not hard to find, and he's not a hard guy at all.
No.
So reach out. If you need someone to voice a project,
voiceovers.
if you need someone to host a project, if you need someone to talk to kind of encourage you and inspire you to keep going, this is your guy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Absolute pleasure. 30-30-30. The 30-30-30 rule, real quickly. You want to learn something? I'll give you my 30-30-30 rule.
Please.
This is part of nutrition. First 30, you should stop drinking any liquids 30 minutes before a meal. Leave your stomach empty for all those great proteins and nutrients you're going to put in.
Okay.
Growing up, you and I probably heard, have a glass of water before you eat. Fills you up, you'll eat less, right?
Right.
Wrong, because 30 minutes later, you're going to pee out that water you just drank and you're hungry again.
Yeah.
Second 30, your meal should take 20 to 30 minutes to eat. Slow it down. Give your body time to process it. No drinking while you're eating. Last 30, wait 30 minutes before you start drinking again, because that's approximately how long it takes for those proteins and nutrients to be properly absorbed into your system. 30 minutes, then start drinking your waters and stuff, whatever you need to. So that tip I give to anybody and everybody who wants to help.
That's good. He just taught me something.
There you go.
I think he just taught some of you something too. Thank you.
Thank you, my love. Good to
yes,
see you.
it's been a pleasure. It really has. Remember, you can follow Aaron Phillips on Facebook and just about anywhere else. Thank you for watching. Remember to press that subscribe button. And until next time, if you're interested in being a guest on Talented Television, please email me at talentedtelevision@gmail.com. Again, I'm Kimberly E. Shell. This is Mr. Aaron Phillips, and we are out of here. Bye.